Ladies and gentlemen, we have a great show for you today on Fourth and Forever, a Roundtable Sports production, man. Some very intriguing topics that we need to unpack. Starting off with the James Cook situation over in Buffalo. Tyreek Hill once again tweeting a peace sign for what appears to be the 8th time in the past 4 or 5 days. Are the Eagles interested? So many other topics that we are thrilled to get into. And guys, I'm not sure about you, but I'm getting sick of all this mock draft stuff. I'm getting sick of looking at prospects. It's tired as hell, man. It is tired. I want the draft to be here already.
What do you mean, Dan? You're saying that you're sick of... Oh, that was an accident.
So what am I sick of? Talk to me.
You're sick of seeing graphics like this be posted all over the place?
Oh. Dude, you know what? Clean graphic from yesterday. As many of you guys know, we did a mock draft 1.0 for Roundtable Sports, our very first one where we rotated the responsibility of acting as that specific team's GM. But yeah, Richie, dude, listen, man, I'm getting sick of falling in love with a prospect that I know deep in my heart is not going to fall to my favorite team. All right. I want to see what Brandon Beane is cooking up for the future of my organization. I'm getting sick of all the speculation. The only thing that I would bet my house on would be Cam Ward going to the Tennessee Titans with the first overall. I feel like the draft should be done weeks after free agency. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel that like 2 weeks after free agency, just knock the draft out there. You know? And so the combine is over with, and we're already seeing NFL organizations start their offseason programs this week. In fact, I want to say the Jets started a bit earlier. Is that right?
Well, the reason the Jets started is because we have a new head coach. Yeah, so when you have a new coach, you have earlier offseason program started, man. Watch my QB1 walking into the building. Woo, we're back, baby. Super Bowl. Kidding, I'm not TD.
Dude, well, you know what? I did see that image of Justin Fields walking into the facility. But yeah, like, dude, like, what's the point of starting these off-season training programs without your full roster there and ready to go? Listen, those young bucks also need to be caught up to speed with a new coach coming into it.
That's the rookie camps.
Yeah, I know, Richie, but you know what? It's not feeding my narrative. I want the draft sooner. No, I want it.
You're hungry. You're starving for the draft.
I'm hungry for it. TD, how's life, man? Talk to us. So do you just boot him out?
No, I could tell his whole system was crashing, bro.
His whole system just ultimately ended up crashing.
So TD, how's life, man? Disappears. Oh. Well, life's here, Dan. Not gonna lie. Few days getting prepared for my trip to Costa Rica. Right?
That's right.
Thursday morning, man. I'm out. Tomorrow's my last episode.
It's 10 days, man. It's 10 days you're rocking with that.
Yeah, huh? It's gonna be wild, and there's a chance that I'm gonna meet some people in Costa Rica. You know who's located in Costa Rica? Our great friends over at US. Yeah, I reached out to them, and I'm actually gonna be in the area where their office is, so I may actually go to the Huddle Studios. So yeah, man, we're excited about it. I'm excited to be there with my family. But and weather-wise over here, Dan, it's freezing in New York all of a sudden. There's a freeze warning.
It's too bad.
And went from really nice warm weather. I just went for a walk, and I'm like freezing. And I'm like, what's going on, man? I need some hot weather. So luckily, I'll be in the rainforest of Costa Rica in a few days.
Damn,
with the monkeys and the sloths. I'm going on a coffee and chocolate tour because that's where they make that's the source of coffee. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to be in my element, man.
Oh, man, we're going to be in we're going to be in the element over here, man. I absolutely love it. But hey, I'll tell you what, we just got a text from TD, all right, saying that he is rebooting, all right? He needs to get rid of that Tua internet because this happens all the damn time. In fact, I think I see him loading up backstage as we're getting in, and that was the fastest reboot in modern history. But we'll wait for him to get his ducks in a row here. But anyway, first topic that I would like to discuss today, and this was breaking news that occurred a couple of days ago. I want to say it was on Friday, but largely was the James Cook situation. Per Ian Rappaport, it says that James Cook will reluctantly play for the Buffalo Bills in the 2025 season, but he's still upset that he did not get a contract extension. And you know what? It's funny because so many people are discussing, hey, you know what? Maybe the Buffalo Bills should just go into the draft and grab a running back to replace James Cook. And I had the pleasure of welcoming on another Buffalo Bills podcaster on my show the other night, and he painted it in a great light. He said, you know what? Like, running backs are very much like avocados, right? Like, you don't go to the grocery store and buy an avocado when you want to have it in a week. Absolutely not. You do not want to buy an avocado 7 days early. You go to the grocery store to get an avocado when you need that thing right now down your gullet.
You know what? I will say, though, devil's advocate, there's sometimes I get those really nice green avocados. So they are ready in a week for me.
See, I'm not sure about you, but like when I'm hankering for a good avocado, I go to the store and it's typically in my system within an hour. I don't have time to like sit back and wait for it to ripe.
Well, that's why I plant the seed. Then you go, you get the ready ones, and then you get the ones that aren't ready. So they're ready in 3-4 days. You set them up. So there's a ready avocado in the fridge at all times.
Yeah, I know.
What do y'all buy? What do y'all buy? Those small avocados?
No, those big avocados, man. You should have seen my breakfast this morning. Nice scrambled eggs, nice turkey bacon, avocado.
Come on, green avocados you're talking about. All right, this is not an avocado podcast here, folks.
Welcome to the Avocado Show on Roundtable Sports.
Listen,
shout out
man,
to Bruce. The avocado emojis, chat.
They big. They big.
And so shout out to Bruce Nolan for painting that analogy for me. But no. Like, really how it all plays out with James Cook is that he is going to play in 2025. Again, like I have said, he is 26 years old, and I fully anticipate that he is going to have an incredible season because, quite frankly, he has no excuse not to. Like, he is putting himself on display for the next contract in the 2026 offseason. And while he did not achieve the $15 million that he was looking for this year, at the age of 26, he is largely going to be competing for that next offseason. And in order for him to do so, he is going to have to put up that sort of production. I have a feeling he's about to have a hell of a season. Yes, he will have a chip on his shoulder, but at the end of the day, I think that this is the best motivator that you could potentially give a running back. I don't see Buffalo targeting a running back in the NFL draft this year. Say, for example, we do. It's 6th, maybe 7th round pick, if you will. But rest be assured, while he is reluctantly playing, he is indeed playing for the Buffalo Bills. Richie, thoughts on this?
Sorry for the production gymnastics. I think it's an interesting one. Right when I saw James Cook go online and say, 15 mil. I'm like, come on, man. You're not getting that now. You feel me? Like, I just don't agree with taking to social media that business. And I'll be honest, man, I'm a Jets fan. Unfortunately, a lot of Jets players go to social media, which I wish they didn't, but hopefully Aaron Glenn changes that culture here. But I feel like the Bills have made it known, man. I feel like this was the year of extensions for Buffalo, taking care of their own guys. And the one guy they did not take care of is James Cook. So I definitely sent a message to him, and he's a big part of their offense, but I think he is replaceable. And I think the Bills are handling this situation really smart. I don't think investing in James Cook at that price is a good long-term plan. So I think that's good. And I think James Cook going into this contract year, try to bet on himself and go out there and ball out in the final year of his contract to try to cash out in the open market next year, or say he doesn't get a long-term deal. Say he gets franchise tagged next year by the Bills. That's a big payday for him as well. So it's an interesting conversation. It really, really is. But folks, don't forget to hit the like button, by the way. It would mean a lot if you could just simply hit the like button and subscribe, man. Fourth and Forever has been a lot of fun going live with these two gentlemen every single day. And we would appreciate if you guys can support us, man. So, yeah. TD, your thoughts?
So is he going to sit out then?
No, why would he?
No, why would he? Because he won his money, man. He won his money.
He's trying to get paid. Like, he could go on ahead and like he could hold out for a $15 million contract, which is obviously not coming. And he could also make $0 this year and walk into free agency next year as a 27-year-old running back that is a year removed from playing football at all.
Yeah, but how much is Buffalo actually offering him, though? Maybe they have an offer that's not 15, but it's disrespectful. Maybe they're like, we'll give you 8.
It's probably 8 to 9 million a year for 3 years. Say that I was a gambling man.
Y'all can't give the man who got Josh Allen the MVP $12 million a year.
First off, I'm not even going to address that topic when it comes into Josh Allen. Like what you need to do is really look at all of the highest paid running backs in the NFL right now. You have Saquon Barkley, number 1. He's close to about 20 million AAV. Then Christian McCaffrey at 19. And then the next highest paid running back is Jonathan Taylor, and he's sitting at 12.5. As much as I like James Cook, right? Does he deserve more than Jonathan Taylor from the Indianapolis Colts or like several other running backs? Like, so what I was thinking from James Cook is that he was hoping that this offseason we would have seen a huge uptick in these NFL organizations investing in the running back position, but we largely didn't, even though that there was $30 million increase in the cap hit. Like we haven't seen a big contract outside of the Saquon Barkley like news. So quite frankly, like, yes, Cook had a hell of a season. He really, really did, but he's not a third down back. And he was also behind the third best run blocking offensive line in all of the NFL, where Ray Davis ran very well with his limited opportunities, and Ty Johnson is the best RB3 in the NFL. I'm not even sure if that's real, right? But it just goes to show you how good the offensive line is.
So you expect him to play and just chalk it up, and it is what it is, and be a free agent next year.
Well, let me ask you this. Don't you think that if you didn't get your $15 million contract this year, that you would want to go out and just be the same dog that you were last year so you could prove to whatever NFL organization that will pay you that? Will?
That's a good point.
You know, it's to a point with having a chip on your shoulder and being like, okay, I got to do the exact same thing. Yeah, I'm going to be pissed, but you know what? That ring is going to make it all that much better. So that's honestly where I think his head shifted. Is now he's ring chasing, and then afterwards he'll go over to like the Jacksonville Jaguars for like an $18 million a year contract afterwards.
I'm confused. You lost me now. You said ring chasing. So has he requested a trade?
Most definitely. He's looking at this like a ring chasing opportunity.
So he requested a trade officially.
No.
Then how can he be ring chasing?
Because he said, you know what? I didn't get the bag, but at least I'm winning the Super Bowl in the final year of Highmark Stadium.
Buffalo don't have a shot in the gun range, man. Listen, man, y'all gonna need Cook to be his best version. But I will say this, man, y'all need to pay him more, though. Y'all need to figure this out and make him happy. And he got to compromise too. Like that, when he threw out that 15 number, like Richie said, he already set himself up to lose. I think he was trying to create his own market, and that's not going to work.
Trolling, to be honest with you, but a bit of minute.
Do you think his agent like told him to do that or advised him? Like,
oh yeah, he should, dude. Like all right. So the funniest thing about it was that they extended Ty Johnson and guaranteed his first year. That move alone made me think. I was just like, okay. That little like IG live situation that he went through really shot himself in the foot. Say that he didn't do that, I think that we would be having a different conversation right now. Just goes to show you, man, a PR team is important.
Yeah, but he was so good for the Bills last year, man.
He is, dude.
I mean, he made a lot of plays.
Listen, I do. And so you know what? Like, surprisingly enough, I wasn't even against potentially giving him $15 million a year. Like, I think people hype up and overlook the AAV too much, as you know, but it just wasn't a priority, I guess. Like we wanted to sign some of our young defensive players who we drafted and ended up building up within the system, and it just didn't work out that way. But I don't know. And so I'm anticipating that James Cook goes well over 1,000. Dare I say an all-purpose 2,000-yard back, and then hopefully he ends up getting a deal from either the Bills next year and or a team that is willing to hook him up when necessary.
But does this make the Bills really consider drafting RB within the first 3 rounds?
No. So it goes back to that avocado like reference, right? And so I don't want an avocado right now, right? But like what I do want is an avocado in 2026. And it's something I feel like a lot of NFL teams do with the running back position, right? Like say that they have a hole within the roster it's not necessarily something that you see a team go and try and groom him to be the starter in 2 or 3 years. It's very largely, all right, like we're drafting a running back. Okay, so I'll back up. If you ever see a running back that is drafted in the first and or the second round, I think it's pretty safe to assume that he's going to be getting the vast majority of the carries in that following season. Would you agree?
Yeah. He's definitely worked in right away.
Yeah. It's one of those things. Like, normally a running back does not need development. It's like you're just hitting the ground running, bro, and you are a part of the damn offense now. So I think that we'll probably like target a running back in next year's draft in the first and or the second. If, for example, we don't have any intention of bringing in James Cook, but this year, nah, I don't think so.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but not nearly as interesting as the mental gymnastics that Tyreek Hill is putting the Miami Dolphins through.
Let's give a quick shout out real quick to Teleporting Goalpost, our boy. Just checking in on break. You guys are awesome. Got a new job and a substantial pay raise for it too. James Cook should be willing to go 13. Wow. That's staff boy, I believe.
He should indeed. And folks, I'm sorry I'm jumping all over the scheduled or the regularly scheduled
congrats though.
Congratulations, staff boy, man. Congratulations. But with the mental gymnastics that Tyreek Hill has been putting the Miami Dolphins fans through, it's been Twitter with his peace signs. It's been his TikTok video that he released a couple of days ago. It's been all of the rumors here that the Dolphins organization has actually been very upset with his social media antics. It's been with all the speculation of, is he going to be a draft day trade? Is he linked to the Philadelphia Eagles or whatever team? TD, have you switched up your position on whether or not Tyreek Hill is going to be a part of this team in 2025, or is this still Tyreek just being Tyreek?
Hey, I'm actually shifting gears right now on that whole situation.
Woo! Go ahead.
Well, at first, I'm chalking it to the game. Tyreek being Tyreek. First of all, there was context in the past. Every time he did shenanigans like this, there was a obvious context. Like a few days ago, someone basically wished him gone and he said peace. And then he came out after that and put a peace. Okay, that's just Tyreek being Tyreek. The Dolphins want him. He's good. But this one scares me. Whether it was provoked or not, I don't know any evidence that it was provoked this time. But whether it was or not, even if I'm missing a provocation, right? Here's why this one scares me, and the timing of it scares me too. Excuse me. Teron Armstead comes out and announces, I believe Sunday evening or whatever, Saturday or Sunday, I'm retiring. It's over. And Tyreek Hill tweets, you got me over here in real tears.
Oh, no.
They were hoping that Teron Armstead was coming back. No, Teron Armstead could have triggered a chain reaction of the Miami Dolphins saying, all right, man, it's time to punt. Who are we kidding? It's time to punt. Maybe we do need to listen to offers on Tyreek. Maybe we need to, entertain some potential trade opportunities before the draft. And all of a sudden, Teron Armstead does that, in a day later, Tyreek throwing the piece again. I don't know, man. I don't know. This one could actually mean something. Not saying that it's official. There is no evidence to suggest. But after that Teron Armstead retirement, let me tell y'all something, man. I'm just going to keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all real quick. The Dolphins in trouble. The Dolphins don't have no Super Bowl expectation this year.
Huh.
Yeah, we can hope to do well enough to make the playoffs, but who are we kidding? You lost Javon Holland.
Who thought this?
Calais Campbell, Teron Armstead. Like, you can give me the top 2 players in the draft. It still's not going to make the roster better.
What have I been telling you?
Stop, Richie. Stop. You
make it seem like you're like This is groundbreaking news. It's just reality has hit you finally.
So my whole thing is, if the Dolphins are smart, you try to trade Tua, Ramsey, and Tyreek right now. And you go ahead and start your rebuild if you were smart. But I'm still not going to believe it. I'm still not going to believe that they're competent enough to do what's right, because jobs may be on the line. So therefore, they're going to play this out. But one thing I will tell you, it would be smart to trade Tyreek right now, but they're not. And then on top of that, they're just going to go through this season hoping to have some success, but it's not looking good, man. This roster is just like, I'm going to be honest, it feels like a whole bunch of hand-me-downs now. This roster feels like it's straight up filled with hand-me-downs.
Yikes, Richie. So what would you like to add to that?
Hold on one sec, Dan, because I'm making a tweet about TD.
Well, hold off, because I just had our intern. So I flagged our intern to clip that, because that's a perfect Twitter clip.
Y'all is ridiculous, man.
Well, give me the green light. What do you think about this? Just a screenshot of an image of TD sounding off and just getting the lie, and then we'll post the clip after.
Yeah, do it. I'm sorry for sending Dolphins fans after you, man. There's going to be quite a few upset Dolphins fans, but you know what? You spoke the truth on this, my friend.
I know, and that's what I want to do. I want to give you a round of applause for sounding off and being real. Thank you. We're finally getting TD Fins talk on this show.
We still going to be better than the Jets and the Patriots. We still going to be better than the Jets and the Patriots.
Because when we start talking and just basically say exactly what TD just said, you know what his default is? Still be better than the Jets and the Patriots. Buffalo ain't going to be better. I love that that's your default, because that's the only thing you got.
Two things can be
that's
true.
The only thing you got. You got to make it about us to try to make yourself feel better, TD, because that's the truth. And I've been telling you this truth.
Two things can be true, Richie.
2 things can be true, Richie, but it still does not take away with the other truth, which is what we're talking about. Stop bringing up the Jets and the Patriots to try to make yourself feel a little bit better about your situation, because guess what? It's not. Now, no matter how bad the Patriots and Jets will be, or how good the Bills are, whatever the case may be, still not going to take away the reality of the Miami Dolphins. So stop doing that, TD, because the reality is you're finally sinking your teeth into the truth and not getting stuck in this purgatory mindset of believing in the hope. And you're 100% right. The Miami Dolphins should tank and should trade everybody, because you're not doing anything with this roster, like I've been telling you for years.
Say that on Mike McDaniel, man. I am keeping an eye out for potential offensive coordinator like openings in 2026 right now. Like, I'm posting feelers. I'm shooting a text over to Kyle Shanahan as we speak, saying, hey, man, keep me in mind for 2026, my friend, because so much is riding. Tyreek is gone. Say your offensive line doesn't pan out either. Like, say that the youth that you hopefully draft in this class are still a couple of years out from further development. Yeah, Mike McDaniel, keep your eye open for an offensive coordinator position. Oh, damn.
You never know.
TD, I give you a round of applause. I've been waiting for you, because this is TD Fins talking finally. This is how you speak on your own channel, but you never like to come on this channel and say these things because you're scared of telling the truth to us, division rivals, because you're scared. Then stop being scared.
It's not true, Richie. I tell the truth every single day on here. I'm honest about the Dolphins.
No, you're not.
But with your problem, Richie, you don't like two things to be true at once. Everything I just said was it was real. But me saying that we're still going to be better than the Jets and the Patriots is real too. And Buffalo may fall. It's just a matter of, do y'all fall so much that you fall under us?
But my point is, but what does that have to do with us? Like, my point is, you're bringing that up to try to make yourself feel better about the situation. And that's funny.
It gives us a chance, though.
What chance?
To win the division?
Oh my gosh! See, be consistent. You just went out there and said you should trade everybody and tank for Arch Manning, and now you're saying we can still win the division.
I said I don't believe in a Super Bowl this year. That's what I said. So since I don't believe in the Super Bowl this year, it's like, man, we might as well.
Is that supposed to be some breaking news that you don't believe in the Dolphins?
Rebuild.
No.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean we can't win the division.
Of course you should not believe that there's going to be a Super Bowl chance. You'd be in a crazy.
But that doesn't mean we can't win the division.
Yes, it does. You ain't winning no division, bro.
Who beating us?
Buffalo.
Man, Buffalo gonna fall this year.
Yeah, just like you said last year, and I said last year, we were both wrong. I'm not gonna.
James Cook saved him. It looked like he might be sitting out.
Yeah.
Listen.
So
I just love the timeline of the Miami Dolphins because the Jets and the Patriots, they're on the rise. They're starting to rise while the Dolphins haven't even begun that reset. That's why I think the Patriots and the Jets are ahead of the Dolphins right now. Just saying.
The Patriots?
Yes, the Jets and the Patriots have begun their reset, the reboot. The Miami Dolphins did not begin that reboot yet.
You're not ahead of us. Like, you're ahead of us on a reboot, but we still got more talent right now than y'all.
Which you're saying they should trade. That's just my point. You guys, which you're saying you can't win.
Talent.
You're proving my point.
But y'all never know how to put it together. You got a new coach and everything. All that has to be seen first.
Have fun with your brand new coach next year and your brand new quarterback next year and starting all over again like we are. We're ahead of you.
Well, you know what, man? Like, we regularly talk about two of the basement dwellers in this division. Might as well go to a previous basement dweller, the New England Patriots.
What do you mean previous? It's current, Dan.
Current basement dweller.
Thank you.
All right. So we give all the basement dwellers in the AFC East some love on this show. And we're transitioning over to the New England Patriots, where some strong words were said between Joe Milton pertaining to Drake Maye, right? So during some interviews, as I'm sure he was going through his media tour in Jerry World, it sounds like Milton viewed himself as the starter over Drake Maye for the QB1 role. And I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say, because I hate player comparisons. I really hate them. In fact, I really can't think of a single player comparison that I have ever heard during the draft period that ended up coming to fruition. I really can't think of one where someone accurately said, oh my God, this is the next Jim Kelly. This is the next so-and-so. 9 times out of 10, not seeing the same player. We are hearing now that Joe Milton is the next Cam Newton, right? Like, he's the player comp. Oh my God, we have a Cam Newton on our hands here, folks. But Joe Milton, yes, obviously, he only ended up playing a Week 18 matchup where they had open tryouts in the lots of Highmark Stadium for the people that played in that game for the Buffalo Bills. Diced up second and third stringers, and then obviously had a couple of highlight-worthy plays in the preseason. Do we believe this? Do we think that Joe Milton actually, right, would have been QB1 for the New England Patriots, and that he is better than Drake Maye? TD, thoughts?
Absolutely not. Why? What evidence do I have to suggest such a thing? Like, come on, man. If you don't win the job, you don't win the job. All we can do is go off of what the coach did, and he didn't put you out there. And then everybody like, yeah, but look at that last game. Are we kidding? Second and third stringers, Week 18, team already secured their spot. Like, no, man. Now again, he's moved. We're talking. Let me make sure we talk about the same player. Cowboys, Joe Milton.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, let's see what you can do in Dallas. Let's see if they grow fond of you and like you. But no, man. At the end of the day, all we can do is go off of what we know and what we saw, and we didn't get the opportunity. Now, if he feels he was better, here's what I will say. We don't have a great sample size, and that's unfair. But I have seen Drake Maye, and I like where he started in his professional career. Is there still a lot of room to be desired? Absolutely. He's still got a lot to prove before you feel like, hey, he could be the guy. But I like where he started, and I don't have a large enough sample size to say that you're better than him. But I also can't say that you're not because I don't know. So Joe Milton, man, you better do something in Dallas. That's a place where that owner will give you an opportunity, because if Dak gets hurt and you ball out, he gonna Romo Dak as quick as they Dak Romo.
He's gonna Romo Dak. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, man.
He's gonna robo Dak. Damn, that's a phrase, baby. That is a phrase that I'm willing to run with right here. Richie, thoughts on this very ballsy statement? And one thing I do got to say, listen, I admire the young man's confidence. I think you should believe that deep in your soul, especially in any sort of competitive atmosphere. But obviously, our jobs is to point out the sins here. What do you got, Richie?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Joe Milton. He obviously feels like he is that dude, and he should feel that way. He went out there and balled out in his one start. Very small sample size. I get that. But I feel like you need to have this mindset in order to succeed in life in general, of course, in the NFL. If he was out there, Joe Milton, like, yeah, I'm a backup, I'm worse than Drake Maye, and he'll never get a chance to be a starter. You have to have this mindset. There's nothing wrong with this whatsoever. This is a confident kid and someone that believes in himself. I'm someone that believes that self-confidence stems from success. And like, you don't have success without that self-belief. And, you know, I'm someone that really, really believes in that, coming from a Jets fan that has no self-belief, which is what Aaron Glenn is going to try to instill here, right? So I think Joe Milton saying this, there's nothing wrong with it. And hey, maybe he's right, because maybe he goes out there, gets a job, and he looks better than Drake Maye down the line. You never know. Maybe New England regrets doing this down the line if we're looking 3 years in the future. I don't know. I'm not predicting it, but I don't know. I like this mindset from him. I do. I hope he gets his opportunity in Dallas, because I do like his upside. I liked him coming out of college last year as well.
Well, hey, man, we'll see what Joe Milton is all about as the backup role in Dallas. I think that we could all but guarantee that Dak's going to miss a couple of games with a paper cut or something. He's going to have his opportunities. I can assure you that. Next up, we see that Geno Smith, quote unquote, felt disrespected. He said it is a respect factor, and I just felt like that there was a disconnect there when he was referring to his previous team, the Seattle Seahawks. And you know what? It really doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because you look at the quarterback that replaced him in Sam Darnold and you compare contracts side by side. It is virtually the exact same contract, give or take $1 million. Give or take $1 million. I think Geno even ended up getting $1 million less for a total valuation of said contract than Sam Darnold did. Is this just kind of like an off-season like hype story, right? Like he's trying to sell tickets like right to his revenge tour in 2025. I'm having a hard time understanding. Was it money because he wanted the new deal? He wanted an extension, but he ultimately ended up getting the exact same price tag that Sam Darnold got, who ultimately ended up replacing him. TD, thoughts on this? Should Geno feel disrespected? I could only assume it has everything to do with his extension and his money.
It's not making any sense at all, because we had gotten reports that Seattle offered him more and he took the pay cut to go where he is. So in LA. So I don't understand why it would have been money, because he was being offered more. And the disrespect was just that. What did he say? He felt like there was a disconnect there.
Yeah.
You know what it probably was? It was probably maybe they didn't like treat him as the leader. Maybe they didn't consult with him on this. Some of these guys like to have a little bit of ownership of the team in terms of, hey, what's our game plan? What are we trying to do? Talk to me about it. I'm QB1. I want to be the future. And maybe they just treated him like another guy, but usually the quarterback you want to kind of like have in the loop sometimes. I don't know, but it's not making much sense. But you know what? He felt some type of way. Whatever it is they did, he felt some type of way about it. And as if they really weren't on the same page. Maybe it's just the culture. Maybe it's just the culture too. I don't really like this culture. It's just, no, I'm not feeling it. Let me go where, something that I'm familiar with. So, but at the end of the day, you got to be happy for Geno regardless. He revived his career. He wrote his own terms with this one. He took a pay cut to go where he wanted to go, and a position or situation that made him feel better. Big ups to Geno.
Big ups to Geno. Maybe he was upset about how the DK Metcalf trade went down or something. Who knows? Richie, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, if you feel a disconnect with the organization, I don't blame him from wanting out, whether it's money, whether it's committing to him long term. I feel like this is definitely the story of why he was traded to the Las Vegas Raiders. And I think when you're a quarterback of an organization, you're expecting the organization to respect you as the face of the team and not try to draft a replacement or do all those types of things. So I'm excited to see what Geno looks like. This is Seahawks was the team where he kind of reestablished himself as an actual starter in this league, and it was with Pete Carroll as the coach. So I'm excited to see if he can do the same thing and match what he did in Seattle with that first year or so with the Raiders. They got not a lot of talent, around him as an offense. Who's their number one receiver right now? Jacoby Myers. Like, they don't really have like weapons. They got Brock Bowers to be excited about for Geno to be, he's definitely probably their number one receiver, but they needed some wide receiver help, which I'm sure they're going to go after in the draft. But he's going from DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, JSN to Jacoby Myers and who? So Geno's got to definitely level up his game, and hopefully, and also Chip Kelly being the OC over there is very intriguing as well.
See, if I'm the Raiders, right? Would you still buy into that hype about, oh my God, I have to have Ashton Genty if he is there? Or would you end up turning the tables and going for the best wide receiver on the board at Matthew Golden with 8?
See, I'm somebody that believes in best player available over player position.
Like what you need versus.
Yeah, like position. I don't go, like if you're a pick 6 in particular and you draft wide receiver because you need a need over guys that are better football players, I feel like that's just not a good model to draft.
It's not a good recipe. I agree with you.
Yeah, so I would still go Ashton Genty because he's better than any receiver in this draft outside of Travis Hunter, of course.
What about you, TD?
So I'm also not as high on Ted McMillan. I don't know about you guys, but like,
dude,
I'm not like
he will be the Jamarcus Russell to get wide receivers.
Is this receiver class kind of like
mid?
Like last year's was great in the first.
It was
round.
really, really good. It's.
This year's
I feel like that there's really only 2 first-round guys.
Are we including Hunter in this?
Yeah, I know. So for some reason, I just always attach a DB to him, but it sounds like some teams are interested in just in his wide receiver sort of situation. He'll probably play both, but as far as first-round talent, I think Matthew Golden. I suppose we could throw Travis Hunter in there. So depending on what you categorize him as. And maybe Emeka Egbuka. Maybe first round. He's more than likely going to be high second if you were to ask me. And then afterwards, just like some diamonds in the rough.
Like Luther Burden and
yeah. Oh yeah. I always forget about Luther Burden. He's probably a first round talent as well. I'd say it's pretty deep all the way down to about the 3rd round. Well, 2nd round.
Yeah.
And hey, listen, I was very jealous about this, Richie, because your team actually visited with one of my favorite wide receiver prospects.
They did. He should be a first-round pick in your eyes.
His name's Kyle Williams. He's just
The Jets did visit with Kyle Williams, which basically means we're drafting him, right? That's what that means?
I feel like that's
with over 30 players.
I feel like, yeah.
It's a top 30 visit. So they use, a top 30 visit means you can only visit with 30 players in the entire draft one-on-one. And Kyle Williams was the first of many of players they brought into their facility to meet with.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
He's going to be good, man. Listen, he has the best release.
Projected to go like 2nd, 3rd?
At first it was the 4th, but now PFF has him going in the 2nd/early 3rd. He's been skyrocketing up draft boards. And like one of the good things is that so the guy that I brought on sort of right to my show, which I think actually makes a lot of sense. His name is Bruce Nolan. He said that nothing frustrates him more than when people helmet scout. By helmet scout meaning
team,
the team that they are on. right? Like you regularly hear people in draft
Oh, he
conversations.
went to Alabama. Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, dude, you know that we got to get an Alabama wide receiver. Alabama wide receivers are sick, dude. Like
or everyone thought CJ Stroud was going to suck because he's an Ohio State quarterback.
Exactly. Helmet scouting is a cardinal sin here, folks. We're talking about actual.
Unless you draft the wide receiver out of LSU, he's guaranteed to be a dog.
That appears to be correct. I feel like that would be one of the only sort of outliers when it comes to
Ohio State wide receivers.
Yeah.
Pretty deep as well.
Yeah. Well, next up, and this is kind of tied into the Tyreek Hill situation, but maybe not. The Philadelphia Eagles, per Adam Schefter, are going to be aggressive during this draft class, as I'm sure that they always are. They currently have 20 picks within the next 2 drafts. So you know that they're going to make some sort of move. And there's rumors that they might even trade for a veteran so that they could get rid of some draft capital, or they want to go on ahead and put a vet into some specific like areas. Maybe they end up making a trade for a defensive lineman none of us are talking about, because we know that they had quite a bit of turnover in this year's drafts, right? Or in this past offseason. Will they do it? And who are some sleeper targets of some veterans that they could potentially be going after? I didn't really buy into the whole Tyreek Hill thing because, I mean, yeah, like, would it be sick? Absolutely. So with Smith, with A.J. Brown, and then Tyreek Hill, and oh my God, you still have Saquon Barkley, have one of the best offensive lines. Absolutely. It is a 13-year-old Madden fanatic's dream to have Tyreek Hill added to the Philadelphia Eagles. But I feel like the more that I talk about it, I feel like if any veteran is added at all, probably would have to go somewhere on that defensive line. Thoughts on that, TD? Any vet targets that Philadelphia could potentially trade for?
Yeah, Tyreek is one, late in the first round. You also have to look at where Philly is in the draft as well. They're in the back of the first round. Those are valuable picks for players. Like a top player in the league or something that, those are valuable picks. So Philly, there's been a lot of speculation that they want to get that third wide receiver and have a trio and start acclimating them right before they kind of move off of the A.J. Brown contract eventually. So I'm thinking that they really want to go with the trifecta at the receiver position, an unstoppable unit with 3 top receivers, or Saquon Barkley it'll be crazy. But they'll have that luxury to do that 1 or 2 years, and then they could move off of Brown's contract and carry the rookie for 2 more years. Well, the young guy for 2 more years after that before they need to get paid, and then they keep on with Smith and the young guys. So this is the thing about great teams that are so far ahead of everybody else. They can start making moves now to prepare for the future. Not just to fuel their team now and make it better now. Like, they can make moves to just prepare for the future, like the succession. Yeah, we got this all-pro guy right here, but let's draft somebody in the first round to replace him in a year or 2. Why not? That's a luxury. So that's what I think that they'll do, but I think that they're going to go after another top receiver.
Damn. All right, Richie, what do you got?
Let's not forget what the Eagles did, 3 or 4 years ago on draft night, traded for A.J. Brown. Who saw that one coming?
Yeah. Yeah, no one saw that.
Is that what he's referring to, though? Like a shocking
No, it's a topic that isn't often beat down prior to the draft. It happens every single year. No one knows about it. Like back when Zay Flowers got shipped off from the Ravens to the Cardinals. It happens every single year.
Zay Flowers. I mean, Hollywood Brown.
Excuse me. Hollywood Brown. Pardon me. But it happens all the time.
So who's it going to be? Come on, let's predict it.
Let's predict it. Which player? All
That's
right.
so impossible, dude. I got you. It's gonna be the Jets landing Chris Olave.
It's gonna be the Jets landing Chris Olave on trade.
Garrett Wilson can be gone too.
Nah, that's can unite him with Garrett Wilson. You best believe that.
Damn, I don't even know. But folks, Thank you so much for tuning in to another edition.
But it's baseball season, Dan.
It is baseball season. Yeah. It is indeed baseball season, folks. Listen, I got to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy, folks, is the #1 fantasy app on the face of the planet when it comes into predicting all of your favorite players across all professional and college sports leagues, higher or lower projections. It's very simple once you sign up, of course, using RTS as your promo code to receive up to $1,000 in bonus credit and a free pick. Very oftentimes you'll see something as simple as, like during football season, will Patrick Mahomes throw for more than half a yard? All right. That's largely always there as a pick. And what you do is you just end up putting together a culmination of 2 to 5 players. And as long as you predict correctly whether or not that they go higher and or lower with their projections, you can see some pretty crazy payouts. Do you know ball or don't you know ball? Go on ahead and check out on Underdog Fantasy. Again, folks, code RTS. And then once you put in your initial deposit, you could see a bonus credit all the way up to $1,000, and then also a free pick to lock in, as we see Richie crafting up something for us right now. Richie, what exactly is that, man? Show us.
We got a big basketball game tonight between the Knicks and the Celtics, which is a round 2 preview of the Knicks beating them in 6 in the NBA playoffs, by the way. OG Anunoby on an absolute heater. Easiest over of my life. 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He is an absolute dog. Tatum usually cooks the Knicks, so I'm going to take the over 25.5. Miles Turner playing for a playoff spot, 16.5 points over. Jordan Poole's a bum, so lower. 50 brings you in $500 over there on Underdog. So if you guys want to click the link in the top of the chat to download Underdog Fantasy to get in on the action, it'll be greatly appreciated, folks. Make that $10 deposit within the first 10 minutes using our code and get you all set up and ready for the NFL season, of course. But you got basketball bets, MLB bets, all your favorite sports is live on the great Underdog app.
On the great Underdog app, man. Shout out to Underdog for being a proud partner over here at Roundtable Sports. Folks, we cannot thank you enough for making Roundtable Sports a regular part of your daily routine. Shout out to everybody that's listening on Spotify. We had our first official episode go live on Spotify yesterday. We are now, not exclusively on audio, but we are on audio now, folks, which is great. So if you haven't had an opportunity of going and showing us some love on Spotify, we highly recommend that you do so. If you are enjoying it, please leave a rating and review, because now all episodes are also going to be uploaded onto all major podcast networks. And for those of you that are watching on YouTube, thank you again for joining our live chat community and smashing that like button. I'm sure we are over 100 likes. I haven't even looked at it, but I guarantee you that we are. Richie, how's life, man?
Life is great.
Say your goodbye.
Tomorrow will be my final episode before I go on my little vacay. So I'm excited for tomorrow. I will see you guys then. We'll see if this show is, I think the show's going to be better without me, guys. Colby's going to do a great job.
Oh, Richie, come on. And don't be too hard on yourself here. TD, what up?
All right, man. Listen, man. I'm excited about tomorrow. Richie's last day here. You know, it's the last day of bad takes. But we'll move forward on Thursday with Kobe. But no, I'm just kidding. You be safe, Richie. And you have safe travels, man. But listen, y'all make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. Let's have some fun. We're getting closer to this draft, and I just think it's going to be the craziest draft ever. I think there's going to be a lot of trades moving down for some teams and moving up for others, and I can't wait to see it.
Oh, man, I cannot wait myself. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, please smash that like button on your way out. It's the easiest way to show some love over here, and we will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Deuces.